when I was at LAN in TF2, it was like a tradition to get mega drunk, and we were the last place team going to an I series, and we weren't expected to do well, but we were in the invite group, which meant that we were in the top 8 teams, but we were the 8th best team. So we thought, well, fuck it, we'll just get drunk anyway. So we were drinking, we were like hammered by 10 a.m. doing our first game, just losing horribly to all of the best teams in the world that had flown over from, like, we lost to the team from Australia, we lost to the team from America. We like bound our S keys so that we exploded every time we pressed S, so we were just going forwards the entire time, that kind of stuff. And at some point during the day, after we'd played all of our official games, the way that we were drinking as well, because we were cheap students at the time, you at an I series you can only really buy the beer that's on site, but no one buys the beer. If you're getting drunk at 10 a.m., you ain't getting drunk on beer. You would have gas building up inside your body, you'd pop. So instead, what people do is you buy the carton of orange juice, you drink some of the carton of orange juice, and then you get your vodka and you top up the rest of it, shaky, and then you just walk in with your thing of orange juice, right? And you get in, you drink it all. So I think mine was actually like mango or pineapple juice or something like that. I think it was mango, actually. I think I was drinking vodka and mango juice inside this big 2-liter carton kind of thing. Shake it up, I give it a drink. Life's good. Gets later on in the day, and I knocked it over while I was playing, and it just went all over my friend's setup, everywhere. Just flooded his mouse mat, flooded his desk. His monitor was like sat in it as well because it had kind of collected and pooled around the monitor. And I was like, oh God, he's shouting at me. And so he's shouting at me, but we're both laughing about it as well because we're really, really drunk. So I looked over at the disaster that I had created, and I thought, what's the best way of cleaning this up? And I thought, I'll use my mouse pad to clean it up. My mouse pad wasn't in it at all, but I thought, I'll empathize with him a little bit, and I'll ruin one of my own items to show that it wasn't malicious. Like, we're all in this together. I'll come and help you out. Don't worry about it. And I'll use my equipment to help you. I don't know. Can you guys kind of understand where I'm coming from? Like, there's a little bit of drunk logic there, right? How much was this mouse pad? I don't know. It was like it was a nice QCK. No, you guys don't think there's any logic in that. I think there's a little bit of logic there. A little bit of logic where you see all of you've just destroyed all of your friends' stuff. You want to kind of, you don't want to make them feel worse, so you break your own stuff to make them feel like, oh, it's everyone's stuff is broken. It's not just me that's having the shit time. I don't know. Drunk logic anyway. So I pick up my mouse mat and fucking shake it out, dunk it in a bunch of stuff, and I was doing runs back and forth to the toilets, basically using my mouse mat to soak up all the mango and vodka, and then running over to the bathroom and squeezing it out, and like squeezing out the alcohol into the sink and mopped it up that way. And that mouse mat, I think I used for another 4 years, maybe not, maybe 3 years, something like that. I only recently replaced it, and it kind of just dried out. When I got back home at the end of the LAN, I forgot to wash it, and I just kind of left it for... it smelled of mango and vodka for months before I remembered to wash it, actually. So that's kind of disgusting. But, yeah. Anyway. The reason that I say that as like the intro to this other story is because you're going to be able to recognize a theme here. When I was in Contenders, when we were doing Overwatch Contenders, we were in Colorado for 7 weeks. They shipped us out there, and we lived in a hotel for 7 weeks casting Overwatch Contenders. I think it was called Season 0. And it was where I was working with Puckett. I was working with Gilfrost as well on the desk. We had Bren casting with ZP. Monty and Doa were giving us like talent development feedback and stuff as we were casting the tournament. So it was pretty cool. And we were all living in the same hotel complex. So when it got to the evenings and we had finished doing our casting, we'd all hang out together. You know, pre-COVID times, you could actually actually see other people. And we'd go, Golden Boy would cook up some burgers, or Puckett would do a steak, and we'd have some beers and whatever. Now, my drink of choice is rum and Coke. So I bought I want to say a gallon of, it's like in one of those big gallon handles of Captain Morgan's rum. I normally, like, when I started drinking rum, I was poor and a student, and so I drank Captain Morgan's, and now I have a taste for it, and I prefer it to stuff like Kraken or Sailor Jerry's, weirdly. Even though I do like Kraken, but I prefer Captain Morgan's for some reason. So anyway, I had this handle upstairs, so I ran upstairs to get my handle of rum, and as I was about to walk out the door, I dropped it, and it smashed everywhere. It just broke into pieces. This glass 1 gallon handle of rum just smashed all over my hotel room floor, and a full gallon of rum was just all over the floor. And I looked at it and I thought, there's no fucking way that I'm accepting reality. I simply refuse to believe that I have lost whatever it is, like $15, $20 worth of rum. Nuh-uh, ain't happening. Because at this point as well, I'm still pretty poor. This was my first big gig in esports. In comes the hotel towel. Hotel towel, brand new, fresh. They've just given me it, right? It's clean. It's clean. So hotel towel goes down on the floor in all the rum. Plug goes in the sink. Sink gets cleaned before the plug goes in. Sink gets cleaned. Plug goes in the sink. Hotel towel on the floor, and we are siphoning it into the sink. Hotel towel. Pick it up, soak it all up, go over to the sink, run in, squeeze every last drop of Captain Morgan's rum back out. This also has the added benefit, in theory, of meaning that you won't get any smashed glass down your throat, because you've kind of used the towel as a sieve device. I'm not sure it's the smartest thing in the world to do. It was kind of disgusting, but I mopped up a good 50% of the gallon of rum, put it into the sink, and then I got the little cups, and I took it out of that, and I put it into a water bottle, and I filled up 3 or 4 water bottles full of rum. And I took them down, and when I explained to everybody what I'd done, I think Puckett immediately said, "You're going to die of glass in your throat, and you're just going to bleed out internally, and you will cease to exist, and you will have just killed yourself." And I sat there and I thought about it for a while, and I realized that it was dangerous and stupid, but I didn't have any other beer, and I didn't have that much money, and I really believed in the hotel towel sieve attempt. So we definitely got drunk on rum that night. I definitely pounded the rum back. All I can say is it was very successful. No glass, perfect siphoning, sieving system using the hotel towel off the dirty hotel floor, and it worked perfectly. Yeah, I don't think I would do it again, but it functioned. By the way, don't ever do that. Don't ever do what I just did. It is a terrible, terrible idea. You could just lacerate your entire esophagus and die and just bleed out. It's a terrible idea. But yeah, that's what I did back in 2017. It is truly a miracle that I am alive. But yeah, I think that might have also been the night that I made s'mores for the first time. Me and Bren were making s'mores, and we didn't know what they were. They're not a UK. I'm not even sure that they exist outside of America, and as like a concept. But yeah, we had s'mores, and I burnt them, and I think for some reason, Bren decided it would be funny to like eat the ashes or snort the ashes. Yeah, that's what Matt's saying in my chat. That's when you put the ash in your nose. I don't think that was me. I think that was Bren. I think for some reason Bren decided to sniff the ashes of the s'mores. I can't remember why, but yeah, I think Matt probably said, "Oh, you wouldn't do it, would you?" Wasn't it an eyebrow game? Yeah, probably. Yeah, Yeah, I probably eyebrowed him. He probably said he would do it, and I said I'd shave his eyebrow off if he